What's up, fellow Clashers? This is Ben.
And this is Dre.
And this is Pekka's Playhouse. This is obviously our first video responding to Clash Bashing's Troupe tier list.
And today we have some similarities and differences we'd like to share with you guys, so let's get right into it.
Alright, so real quick, first off, we're going to refer to Clash Bashing as CB during this video because otherwise it could get a little repetitive having to say that name. And we just want to give him mad props because this isn't a diss. We just kind of feel that his list was made with a heavy focus on troop cost and a lot of the niche uses of these troops, and we wanted to do it on a power basis and like how strong these are in attacks. Alright, so CB put wall breakers at D tier. We're going to go ahead and put those at C tier because they're 2 housing capacity cost and they can fit into any ground army, and walls go up really high, up to level 13. You don't unlock siege machines until Town Hall 10, and even then wall breakers still maintain their usefulness.
There's a lot of times where you're going to need wall breakers, and you know, you're not going to be able to get through the wall fast enough with your troops, and then time is ticking, you know.
Alright, so Electro Dragons are going from A tier to S tier. The reason for this, Dre?
The reason is because, you know, the chain with the lightning bolt, and, you know, when they die, they have a lightning spell. You know, a lot of qualifiers are using it. Mass attacks, and it's really good, you know.
You're pushing 2-star attacks with mass Electro Dragons, and some people are getting 3 stars on the right basis. They are an excellent clan castle troop. They're able to cause a lot of damage to attacking teams, and they're great for creating funnels, and that's all there is to that.
So Giants, CB put them at C. We're going to be putting them at B. Why is that?
A little bump up is good for a Giant. Giants are good. They're a tank wherever you need them. They're really cheap. You can fit a lot of them. And it's like a mini meat shield whenever you need it, you know? And it's like they go up a lot of levels. They're powerful. Alright, so next up, CB put Golems at C. That's unfortunate because they are most definitely an A tier troop. And why is that, Dre?
That's because it's like the best tank in the game, and it like when it dies, it creates more troops, 2 more tanks to tank your. It's like putting rocks in front of your rock shields in front of all your troops. It could probably make a barbarian win. I don't know.
Some of the most dominant strategies in Clash of Clans, you're talking go wee wee, Golems, Witches, Wizards. You're talking go wee wipe, Golems, Witches, Wizards, Pekkas. You're talking any solid defensive ground-based attack is almost always using Golems. They're the face of Clash of Clans in a way. They're so powerful. They are unstoppable, and with the prevalence of multi-target infernos, because you have things like miners and balloons literally killing it, no one is really putting their inferno towers on single target, so Golems are just even stronger because of that. Golems are just powerful, and they're used in Clan Wars.
Yep. Next we have Lava Hounds. It's basically, well, CB put them at B. We're going to be bumping them up to A. It's basically a golem in the air.
Enough said.
Yep, basically.
What about how many times does your Lava Hound tank for your troops, die, and then it creates those Lava Hounds that distract everything, and then you get cleanup crew, more damage, and how many times have you sniped the town hall with a lava pump? It's nuts. Mm-hmm. Nuts.
Alright, enough said. Let's go on to Barb King. CB put it at B. We're gonna be bumping that up to A as well. We don't feel like it's the best hero. So I mean, you kind of had it right, but it has an ability. It rages. It creates more troops on the battlefield. It rages it. It does a lot of damage, you know. It can create up to like, what, 21?
28.
28, yeah.
And he's always in your army. It's just free DPS.
Exactly.
Very powerful. And if you use that active ability at the right time, it's very, very, very powerful. Yeah. So the Witch, CB put the Witch at A tier. Unfortunately, we're bumping that one down. I struggle with Witches because I really want to like them. They're so cool. I love the art on them. I love the way they work. But it's the damage and the housing capacity combined. I struggle with that. They're too expensive in terms of housing costs for the amount of damage that they're putting out.
Yeah, they're really weak. The skeletons don't really do much. I mean, yeah, it can add up, but can get destroyed by a wizard tower.
Or a mortar, or a multi-target inferno. With the rise of balloons, everyone's rocking multi-target infernos. Expos annihilate them. There's so many area of effect things. It's hard.
Just does no damage.
They do, yeah. They struggle when they're trying to take something down on their own. Like they're on their own. They're a very weak troop. Like you can have 3 wizards for the price of 1 witch, and those wizards can do so much more work. So that's the end of the story on witch.
Yep. Moving on to dragon. CB had them at A. We're gonna be bumping them down to B because they're definitely worse than E dragons. They're a good troop, and I think that's enough said right there. A good troop is a good troop. It does good enough damage. It's not really a tank, but you know.
Not every troop has to be the best troop in the game.
Moving on to goblins. CB, he put them at D. We're gonna also be putting those at F. Those are like useless. Whoever even uses those anyways.
Well, yeah, especially because it's like, we're talking about power level, and it's like no one's bringing goblins into clan wars. Like, yes, people use them for farming, but arguably the best way to farm is to try and hit 3 stars on bases that are packing 600, 700, 800, 1,000. You know, I'm seeing those in Crystal and in Fasters all the time, and it's like, there's just no need to bring goblins when you can bring a stronger attack and get all of the loot. Alright, Valkyries. They went from C on CB's list all the way up to A on ours. Why is that, Trey?
They can basically wipe a lot of stuff. It goes in the middle and hits for like a lot of damage. Like it can take a multiple. You can rack up the percentage on the bases you're trying to fight. It goes in between a bunch of buildings and just takes them out. You know, what do you have to say?
One of the amazing things about them is they're incredibly fast. They're a great clan castle troop because it can wipe out any mass troops, right? The only reason I feel like we're not seeing them more in clan castles is because of error being so prevalent right now. Because against ground-based attacks, Valkyries can just wreak havoc. They're very tanky. They have an incredible damage output, and being able to spin around and hit multiple troops at once or multiple buildings if they're on offense, it's just incredibly powerful, and it's very difficult to deal with as a defender, you know? Alright, so those were all the differences between our tier lists, and now here's the similarities. Balloons.
Miners.
Bowlers.
Archers.
Archer Queen.
Barbarians.
Grand Warden.
Allgraders.
Baby Dragon.
Minions.
Minions. Healers.
Pekkas.
Wizards.
Ice Golem.
Alright, if you hated the video, don't like and subscribe, and see you never.
Alright, so that was everything we agreed with Flashback.
We'll keep that too.
No.
Dude, that's so funny though.